My name is Zach Ellis and welcome to my journey. I don't know where I'm going or how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to be tearing shit up every step of the way. Along with a few friends, of course. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be building, modifying, repairing, fabricating, and racing every chance I get.
Terrifying.
But if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to smash the subscribe button and of course, enjoy the video. Alright, so we're headed to my boy Matt's house right now. I'm going to get something for my car that I don't really need or want right now, but I will need it in the future. Right now the part that I'm getting is kind of useless to me, minus for noise purposes. But we're headed to his house now. Once we get there, we're going to pick it up, and then I'm going to be looking at his wheel. He bent one of his wheels a little while back and had it straightened. Well, when that was straightened, it ended up cracking it. So I'm going to look at repairing it for him. We'll probably work out a deal for me repairing his wheel for the part that I'm picking up. But I'll keep you guys posted. At the Matt's house, gonna get out and check out his stuff. This dog's staring me down right now. Little puppy dog. What up, son?
Hello, sir.
There she be. Fucking. It's a big wheel. Oh yeah.
All the way fucking through. I didn't think it went all the way through. Until I looked at it, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
It should be easy to weld to fix it.
Well, yeah, like I said, I mean,
This thing is like a refrigerator in there.
yeah, dude, it's fucking
Holy
cold in here.
This is gonna be easy, honestly.
Alright, well, I mean, no rush. I don't want you to go, oh, yeah.
Honestly,
Whatever you want.
I could do them either this weekend. I'm off Monday also. Well, I'm off every Monday, so.
Well, yeah, like I said, if you want to, whatever you want me to do, I don't care.
So we left Matt's house. It started to rain. Now I'm driving down the highway going 50 miles an hour in the pouring rain. I have the cold air intake it's you know, behind my front bumper, so it's really low to the ground. I don't have the splash shield installed, and I have a hole in my wheel well, the wheel well liner. So I'm trying to avoid any big puddles because it's pretty much guaranteed to soak my air filter. So I guess we'll see if we make it home. And then the other issue is trying to go, you know, above 55 or 60. With the 200 treadwear tires, this thing is not the most docile thing, if you will. It just wants to slide all over. Not really a good wet weather tire, I'd say. Look at this guy. I don't know who he is, but he's in like some snow camouflage on his freaking dresser. Killing it out here. I'm fucking complaining and he's cruising in the rain. So here's the wheel. You can see right here. I don't know if it's on camera very well, but that's the crack. It runs, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch down here, and it's pretty clear that it's cracked. But in trade for me fixing his wheel, he went ahead and hooked me up with some parts for my car. So I got the rad cover, whatever you want to call it. So shout out to him for that. All I gotta do is sand it and have it either repowder coated or painted. And then he hooked me up with this section here of 3-inch pipe. And the other thing, it is a Ready automatic this blow-off valve. So that's the real deal. I've always liked the sound of that blow-off valve. I don't think I'm going to get the full effect of it, only because, well, I don't know what spring is in it. My car is under stock power, completely stock minus cold air intake. So I really don't need this, but I will eventually. This is going to be harder to hook up than to have the computer to get a tuner. So install that here in the next couple weeks, make some blow-off valve noises, and then hopefully sooner than later I have the tuner, and then I can knock the exhaust out. I've already got a catless downpipe. I've got a wideband gate. I got everything else I need. All I got to do is the tuner, install this, and then hit my exhaust. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get his wheel knocked out. So the first step when welding something like this is when you find the end of the crack. I'm gonna drill a small pilot hole, and then I'll drill up to, I won't go very big. I'm gonna stay less than 1/4 inch in diameter, just so that way the crack doesn't have a chance to spread anymore. Even though we are welding it, that is technically the proper procedure to repairing something that's cracked. So we're gonna drill it out, upsize it a little bit. We're gonna sand it, then I'll use a grinder just to give myself a little channel that I'm gonna fill back up with weld. Alright, so I decided, I got the wheel drilled, but I realized that my air compressor does not work anymore, which means I can't use my pneumatic file. So I would use a ball file, and I would file this crack out. I have my angle grinder, but it's just too aggressive to be trying to do that on this wheel, especially being aluminum. This stuff's going to eat away very quickly. So tomorrow I'm going to hit up my friend Zach. He's going to let me swing by and use his air compressor. I'm going to just file it out at his house, and I'll bring it back here hopefully tomorrow evening, and I'll weld it up. But as of now, that's the status. I'll show you what I got. All I've got done is I drilled a pilot hole. It's not very big, but it doesn't need to be. That crack looks really big with the shadow. So I'll take it over Zach's. I'll grind that out, get her thin, you know, give me a good V to weld into. That way this thing will never crack again. We'll fill it with a weld. I've done this a million times. I just never have done it on a wheel. My background of fabricating is actually aircraft fabrication, so I spent 6 or so years just TIG welding on airplanes. So we did a lot of stainless steel, titanium, Inconel, things like that. So I've never done a crack on an aluminum wheel, but I mean it's all the same. You channel it out and fill it with weld. It's not really rocket science. All right, just picked up some ball end mills. Headed to Zach's house now. I'm gonna grind it, and then I'll bring it back to my garage and weld it. Alright, so we got the wheel, the crack all ground out on the wheel. See here, we had to channel it out. The wheel right here, where the bead would set against on the inside, I'd say it's over 1/4 inch thick, so we had to grind pretty deep in there. I'll do a little bit of hand filing just to perfect it, if you will, but realistically it's not critical since it is going to be filled with weld. But I'll lay a root pass, and then I'll fill the top side in, and then maybe I'll try to pretty up the lip where the tire actually sets. But other than that, we're gonna throw this thing back into the car and head back to my shop. Alright, so it's day 3 now of knocking this tire out, or this wheel out. It's all ground out, we just gotta fill it with weld. I'm actually gonna swing by my car and put the wheel and all the other stuff into my truck. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to sand the area around where I'm welding. So just because there's a lot of dirt in here, like kind of embedded in the metal, so I'm going to try and get all that cleaned up all the way around both sides. Once I finish that, I'll set the welder up and we'll knock this thing out. Alright, got the weld finished up for the most part. It came out pretty good. So I haven't ground the weld yet, but I don't think I have to. Where the tire actually sets the bead at, it's pretty level. I mean, almost perfectly level. So I think I'm gonna leave it. If whoever installs a tire wants to grind it down, I'm gonna leave that to them. It's sorry, I got the garage door opener as my light. That's why I keep clicking it on. Whoever installs a tire, if they want to grind it down more, they can, but I honestly don't think it's gonna need it. It's pretty dang level. So I'm gonna let it cool off. Once it cools off, I'm gonna alcohol it again, turn my welder off, load this thing up, and I'm gonna hit up Matt and see if he's home. Hopefully he is, since I'll be right by his house. I'll drop this thing off and we'll press on. Got to Matt. Let's fucking get out of here. Kind of or anything?
Yeah.
The bead should set instead.
That's fucking amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, man.